Hi, I'm Oni, and I'm part of two IIT alumni who post daily videos on math and physics on our YouTube channel, Mathopy. Let's get started with our JEE problem. Okay, so today we'll be doing a few sums on interference of light. You have the other effects of light, diffraction, polarization, which we'll be covering in the later days. So the first question here says that Young's double slits are illuminated by light's mixture of wavelengths. Lambda 1 given by 3900 Armstrong and lambda 2 is 6500 Armstrong. Then which of these options would be correct? Third bright fringe of lambda 1 will coincide with fifth bright fringe of lambda 2, or third of lambda 2 will coincide with fifth of lambda 1. No fringes will coincide and no fringes will be obtained. So the way we do this is firstly we find what are the fringe widths. So the fringe width formula, let's represent it with beta. Beta 1 is lambda 1 capital D by small d. Since it's not mentioned here, we would assume that capital D and small d, that is the distance between the slit and the screen, and the distance between the slits is same in both the cases. So this would give you, beta 1 would give you 3900 into capital D by small d. I'm ignoring the units for now because it's just a comparison sum. Next, for beta 2 is going to be same way, 6500 capital D by small d. Now my job over here is to find that at which values, if I multiply, the actual formula is m lambda d by d. Let's name this m1 and m2. My job is to find this m1 and m2. 2 into 6500 capital D by small d. So to m1 and m2, it will either be 3 or it will be 5. If it is neither of the two, we know we have to go to the other two options. So let's try it with 3 and 5. If I go with lambda 1 m value as 3, that would take me to 3 into 3900, that is roughly equal to 12,000 something. It would go to 12,000 or 11,800, something around that. And for m2 with the fifth value, it would go to 6 into 5, that's in the range of 30-35. So first option is not right. Let's go for the second option, that is the third bright fringe of lambda 2 and the this question is a little wrong here. This would be the fifth bright fringe. So third bright fringe of lambda 2 and the fifth bright fringe of lambda 1, just the reverse of the previous one. So if you put those values in, you will know it will give the correct answer. Now how do I figure that out? You see 3900 is actually 1300 into 3 and 6500 is 1300 into 5. That means if you multiply this with 5 and you multiply this with 3, these two values should come to be equal. That is why I know that m1 value is this 5 and m2 value is this 3 over here. So correct option is option number 2, that the third bright fringe of lambda 2 coincides with the fifth bright fringe of lambda 1. Let's move ahead to the next sum. Next it says that a beam of electrons is used in Young's double slit experiment. If the speed of the electrons is increased, then the fringe width will increase, decrease, remain same, or fringes will not be seen. We know that the fringe width formula is beta is equal to lambda capital D divided by small d. So now this beta depends on lambda capital D and small d. If you change the speed of the electrons, it might appear to you that none of these change. But here is where you use the dual particle nature of any matter or wave. That is your de Broglie wavelength. So we know the de Broglie wavelength lambda is equal to h by p or h by mv. That is Planck's constant divided by the momentum. So over here it says that the speed of the electrons is increased. So if v is increased, lambda value goes down because they are inversely proportional. And since lambda value goes down over here, we know that beta value also goes down because they are directly proportional. So correct option in this case is going to be option number 2. Let's move ahead to the next sum. In this it says that light consisting of two wavelengths 400 nanometer and 560 nanometer is incident normally on a Young's double slit of separation 0.1 millimeter. An interference pattern is formed on the screen placed 1 meter from the slits. The separation between successive regions of darkness is. So one of the wavelengths will form its own interference pattern and the other wavelength will form its own interference pattern. At some points their dark fringes will coincide. The question asks for the distance between those dark fringes. So let's put down the values first. your capital T distance from the slit to the screen is given as 1 meters, and the distance between the slits, small d, is given as 0.1 millimeter, that is 10 to the power minus 4 meters. Now for the first one, the fringe width is going to be lambda 1 capital D by small d, that will give me 400 into 1 into 10 to the power 4 nanometers, so there's a 10 to the power minus 9. Beta 2 is going to be lambda 2 capital D by small d, that's the same way, 560 into 1 into 10 to the power 4 into 10 to the power minus 9. Now these are the fringe widths that repeat one after the other. So the way you find where these two are going to coincide is that you find the LCM of these two quantities. So if we were to find the LCM of these two quantities, you know the common factor you can take out, that is, if I'm doing the LCM, you take out the common factor, that is 1 into 10 to the power minus 5, 10 to the power 4 into 10 to the power minus 9, and you do the LCM of 400 and 560, you can take out another 10 from here, so 40 and 56. So if you go through the factors of 40 and 56, 40 is 8 into 5, and 56 is 8 into 7. So the factors are 8, 5 and 7. So you put that in the way you do your LCM, 8, 5, 7. So that leaves you with 10 to the power minus 4, because of this 10 to the power minus 5 into 10. So let's put that in, 10 to the power minus 4. 8 into 5 is 40, 40 into 7 is 280. So 280 into 10 to the power minus 4, that gives us 28 into 10 to the power minus 3 meters, that is 28 millimeters. So correct option is option number 4. So these are the three sums we did from interference. This in fact came in IIT 2004. In the next class, we'll be doing more sums on diffraction of light. Until then, goodbye. Like, comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel Mathify for your daily dose of math and physics.